Yeah, hi there. These comments are for 8135, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL iBT. And I hope you're using my online TOEFL course. I gave you access to that earlier in the quarter here in the English language program because you need it, my friend. You got a lot of language use issues you want to work on. So keep using my online course. If you don't know how to do that, send me an email. But you need to focus, I think, in the grammar, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary parts of my course. That is your secret to success. All right? So I read your paper. Unfortunately, you scored 58% out of 100. You actually had the lowest score in the class. You did not use any sources at all. I mean, you used, well, I guess you did. You used a source, it looks like, in paragraph 4. You put a website in there, but it wasn't even clear how you were using that or what was going on. I guess it was, as an illustrator, you would produce drawings or paintings. So you included almost, I don't know, 8 or 9 lines as a direct quote from somewhere. But you didn't really use a works cited section to explain that information. So it's not really an academic paper, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not working. So think about this for a minute. How did you actually put this paper together? And then don't do that again. It's not working for you. So that's what we do as writers. We try to think of different ways to put together our assignments. Now, I think, first of all, when you're using sources, if you're not sure how to do it, this is what you do. You go to your writing book here, and then you go to page 52 and 53. See this? This tells you how you can introduce other people's ideas. Now, even on the next page, it tells you how to do it here. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be very, very useful for you. So paragraph 1, you didn't really have a focus thesis. You said, I will tell about 3 different compete jobs and how to get that job. But you didn't really, I would recommend in the introduction, list what those jobs are. So one of them is a dentist, so you can mention that. And the second job is an illustrator, you can mention that one. And then the third job is elementary school teacher. So you could put those 3 specific jobs in the beginning. Now the other thing you want to worry about here, your paragraphs, you're using irregular spacing. You see that white space right in here? You don't want to do that. And your font's a little bit too big. So your sentences are not, your paragraphs are not very developed. So again, let me show you another page here. So you can see this. You see all that spacing that you're doing there? Stop doing that. Don't do that. That's really not going to work very well. So let me give you a standard. Here's another student in the class. You might want to read his paper. Let me show you one of his paragraphs and you can compare. This guy got an A. His font style is a lot smaller. It's 12-point font. Yours is bigger than that. And he doesn't have a lot of unusual spacing going on with his writing. You see that? That's one page. Right? So if we compare that, let's compare this page to yours. See, he's got a lot more writing going on than you do. So he had more time to develop his ideas. And you didn't, because your spacing is a little bit off and your font's a little bit too big. So you got to put a little bit more thought into the paper. Now, I think part of your issue is, and let's be honest here, is you have some grammar and vocabulary limitations. That seems to be part of the reason why you're not able to get into your topics with any depth and complexity of thought. Am I right? And that helps explain some of the problems you have with your language use. So let me just give you a couple of things you can look at. I'd like to have you take a look at comma splices. If you go to Google, you can type in the keywords, what is a comma splice? See if you can learn more about that and how to edit that in your writing. But the most important thing for you is you're just not getting enough thought about the topic. Your thinking is a little bit too simplistic. Your writing style is too simple. You're not combining sentences like you need to. So my recommendation for you is to improve your language use right now. Instead of focusing as much on writing, I think you should focus, if you're using my online TOEFL course right now, I recommend focus in the vocabulary, pronunciation, and the grammar parts of my course. That will be very helpful for you. Now, in addition to that, find opportunities to use English as much as you can, beginning today. I don't care what you did yesterday. I don't care what you did 2 days ago. Doesn't matter. Today, what you do at dinner time is very important. Get a newspaper, get a magazine, get a longer book, and start reading about 45 minutes every day in English. Even if you don't understand all the words that you're reading, skip the words, keep going. But start reading every day. This is going to help you. Now, when you see new words or new grammar structures, if you want, you can keep what's called a grammar journal and a speaking journal, or a grammar and a vocabulary journal. So you can start writing down the new words and the new grammar structures, and then you can practice them. You can start reading the sentences out loud if you want. You can read the words out loud. You can even record them if you want. Put them on your phone. But start this today, beginning today. So about 45 minutes of reading every day. Now each week, I recommend that you watch maybe 3, maybe 4 movies in English. I think this is going to be helpful for you. Also watch TV. You can concentrate on science, news, documentary type programs, even history programs. That's going to be good, maybe 30 minutes a day. Now, in the beginning, when you do the reading and the listening practice, it's going to be hard for you because you probably can't understand much at all. I'm guessing right now, you can probably understand maybe 30, maybe 40% of what you read or what you listen to. But as you practice, that percentage is going to change. It will. It really will, and you will develop a much better command of the language. All right? Anyway, those are some of my comments. So the main thing here, don't give up, don't get frustrated, but I'm going to be honest with you, what you did with this final paper did not work very well, so don't do that again. Try to think of a different strategy when you put together your papers. I recommend you need to utilize, I think, the Writing Center on campus more, utilize the grammar and the writing lab a little bit better. I think that's going to be very, very important for your progress.